Alright guys, today we're in a 2007 Audi Q7. Today we're going to show you how to install a Dension GW52M01 in this 2007 Q7. First thing you do is take out the glove box, and when you look at the glove box, 1, 2, there's going to be 3 T20 Torx. Alright, pop that one. Another one right there. Alright. Now, next thing you're going to open the glove box, and there's going to be 3 more. And one on the end. Alright. One on the other end. Alright, and then there's one in the middle. Always take the one in the middle last, because the one in the middle will actually help you hold everything in. Alright. Whoops. And then once you do that, just wiggle this out, and the whole thing comes out. Okay? Now, once you come over here, alright? Alright guys, now that we got the glove box out, you're going to come over here, unplug this, okay? And on this side over here, you're going to have another one. This one over here, this is the light. This one tells the glove box that it's open, so this is the trigger for the light. And then over here, this is your motor. Let's see if can I go upward there? There you go. This is your motor, so see how it, alright, so when you put this back in, put it back in, tug on the wire, make sure it's not going nowhere, and press it a couple times to make sure that it's working. Because if you put this all back together, and forget to plug this in, or this isn't working, you can't get the glove box out. So that's just a little pre-warning. All right, let me now that we have this out, let me mount a couple things. We'll be right back. All right guys, now the Dension unit comes with that little box. You can pretty much put it wherever you want. I like putting it in this back corner. Okay, so what I do, just come over here, 2 hands. You can also use a panel tool if you got one. Okay, so there's 3 clips. There's 1, 2, and 3. And when you pull this thing out, there's one little clip in here that holds in the light. Oops. Hard to do when you're doing it for the camera. Alright, so that comes up, and then all I'm going to do is drill it into the back corner. I'm not going to show you how to drill it, because honestly, if you can't drill in the little thing into the corner, you shouldn't be doing the install. Alright guys, the next part of this job is to take out the CD changer. Alright, technically you're supposed to take this vent out. I've been doing this 15 years, and I played with the vent once for about a half hour trying to do it right. I never figured it out. Now, here's the thing. You can slide the CD changer under the vent. What you always do is I put something over like a sweatshirt to cover the shifter to protect it. They have 2 little slots right here. Those are used to take out the changer. Now, this is wrapped. This is plastic wrapped in some sort of coating. I have seen these where this is chipped away, but I've always done it this way with 0 problems, okay? So it's one of those things where I say, you know, do at your own risk, but like I said, I have never had any issues. You're going to see me do it right now with no issues. All right, so the key is always, the notch has to face towards the middle. Oh, it's a little bright in here. Dim it down a little. All right, so the notch always faces towards the middle. All right, so we're going to go like that. It's opposite, so on this side the notch faces left, on this side the notch faces right. Okay, so you're going to open like this, and then I'm just going to wiggle out. It'll slide right under. Okay, and once you get it out, there's a little, let me see if I can show you. And don't ever put keys on your seat, because what happens is a friend will come by, hey, what are you doing? And then there goes your seat. All right, so you see this, you push this in, and that releases the key. Okay, now once you get back here, okay, you're going to have the power. Okay, and then the fiber optic. All right, that's it. And that's your CD changer out. That's how to remove a CD changer out of an Audi Q7. So next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the device, and I'm going to show you how to wire everything up. All right, now I'm going to show you how to do the fiber optics. It's really easy. This connector has the locking tab exposed. Some of the, I forget what year Q7 this is. I think this is a, yeah, this is an 07. Anyway, some of the older Audis, if you're watching this video for something else, this connector isn't exposed. There's a cover that goes over it, and then you see this connector, okay? So for this video, since it's exposed, all you're gonna do is you're gonna come on this side, push this in. Okay, you see how that popped out? And then you're just gonna pry it out. Oops. Actually, you know what? Let me move this down because my logo's towards the bottom. I don't want you guys to lose anything. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna push this in over here. Okay, and you're gonna pry this up, okay? And then what you're gonna grab this with your thumb, and this little thing comes out. Okay, let me just put it right here so you can see it. All right, put that in your cup holder. Now, to release this, you see these two arrows on here? Okay, you're gonna grab the one with the arrow going towards the CD changer, and you're just gonna separate like so, and then you're gonna go into the other side. So you're going arrow going into the CD changer. So the side with the locking tab. Okay. Sorry, I keep going off screen. All right. So all you're gonna do is the side with the locking tab. Screwdriver's too big. You know what? You could actually use one of the keys. That's what I always use. I try to be fancy for the video, and look what happens. All right. So you just grab a key, lift slightly. All right. So you got slight motion. Pull that right out, okay? Now, you're gonna grab the other harness, and you're gonna grab the one with the arrow going into, so also the side of the locking tab, okay? So it's the side with the locking tab, with the arrow going away from the wire. You're gonna follow that all the way up. And then over here, you're gonna unplug this. And you're gonna add this male-to-male that came in the box. Okay, push that in there. Now, so what you're doing now is that this light is coming out of the car, is going to go into here. All right, now once you do that, you're going to lock these together. That's done. So bloop, this light over here is going to go into the Dension, and now the light's going to come out of the Dension and take this little cover off, which I'm not sure if I mentioned on the last one, and it's going to go back into your CD changer. Okay, so now once you get all that done, you go digging back for your little blue thing. All right, make sure all the fiber optics are at the same depth. All right, and then you're going to put this back in there. Okay, now I'm going to go get some posi taps, and we'll be right back, and I'll show you how to tap in the power. All right, now for the power, if your car has a warranty, might be a good idea to go to the CD changer. These cars are getting a little older. They don't have warranties anymore. If you see my last video on the old Gateway 500, I always went to CD changer. I'm sorry, I meant to the glove box, to the fuse box. This car doesn't have a warranty. The only reason I always go to the fuse box is because if you have a dealership issue, if you go back here, they can say, hey, well, your device made the CD changer bad. And you can't really argue it, you know? But if you go to the fuse box, you can say, impossible, no way it can happen. Car doesn't have a warranty anymore. This device isn't going to fire a CD changer. The only thing is if it comes to shove and push and shove, whatever it's called, there's no way you can prove it, that it didn't happen. There's no way they can prove it that it didn't cause it. So, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to tap power at the CD changer today. Sorry for that long speech, but I just want to explain why I do certain things. All right, so, all right, pull back some wire here. All right, there are two wires here, the two top ones. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's get specific. Pin number 1 is brown, which is a ground. Now, verify it with a multimeter. Don't just trust some random guy on YouTube. Pin number 2 is red with a green stripe, is constant. This should be the same in every single, pretty much every single fiber optic A4 from 2005 till, I don't know, till probably 2009, 2008. So we're going to use what's called a posi tap. Posi tap is better than the other brand, which I'm not going to mention, to tapping at a wire. What this is the other brand, what it does, it goes like this, and it takes away the wire and some of the coating, okay? Very important to use the right one. This is the red one, which I think is 18 gauge. All right, so what you can do is you're going to put it over the wire you're going to tap into. I go a little further back, okay? And this is nice and snug, which is nice, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to go like this. You see this little needle? So when you squeeze, when you roll it in, the needle is going to pierce the wire and tap into it, All right, so now that was the brown. The brown is the ground. Now we're going to grab the Dension harness. Dension harness is nice and simple, 2-pin connector. Okay. Now I'm not going to trim any of the wire. You can just, honestly, you could just, what I mean is that, yeah, I'm not going to shorten the length. It gives you a little more room. And you could just bundle it back there. It's not like it's going to be visible. If you're OCD, you can do it and you know how to do it, okay? So now we're going to come over here. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to unscrew the other end of the posi tap. Okay, and then once you do that, you're going to have this going through here, okay? So this is going to go in through here like this. All right, you're going to straighten out the wires over here. All right, and then this is going to go right here. All right, and then this is going to go into here. All right, and then now what it is, there's a metal pole in there too. You see it? Let me show you that. All right, you see that metal pole? So I think it's one solid metal pole in there. All right, so we're going to put this in here. And there you go. Now that right there, now you're tapped. All right, and now give it a nice solid yank. Make sure you didn't mess something up. And now we're going to do the red one just the same way. All right, so this is how quick it is in real time. So you unscrew it, put this in here. All right, so that's there. You put this in here. Try and show it. All right, unscrew the other end. All right. And then this goes in here. Goes in here. Whoops. May have been too long. Let's see. No, that's fine. It's actually pretty forgiving. Alright. That's your power and your ground. Alright. So let me get back. Let me move the camera angle and I'll show you how to finish up the job. Alright, I just want to show you the iPod cable run real quick. Most of these glove boxes, you got to drill a hole for. This one has a little thing that you don't have to drill a hole for. See, if you look over here, I don't know what this is for, but if you go into the glove box, it just comes right through. That's it. And then you just route it. So let me change the camera angle and we'll show you all the routing. Alright guys, now that we got everything plugged in back here, I'm going to show you how to run everything. Alright, so now, let me get this out of the way. Alright, so now, like I said before, I put that back there. I'm leaving it unplugged because I want to demo it to you guys. In the demo, you can't see it if I put it back up. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to reach back here. If you can see that. Alright, and then behind this, just bring them this way. Bring them this way. And then you're just going to reach over. Your fingers actually touch when you go in here. Oh, sure, you're supposed to. Yeah, there you go. Fingers touch. Just get your fingers to touch and you can find the way. Alright, so that's one. And there's two. Alright, so that comes out. Now the iPod cable from the glove box. Now, these two ran under. This one is going to run over, okay? Because we're putting it in the glove box. Alright, so I just ran 3 cables with no problem. Of course, as soon as I open my mouth, it takes 2 seconds. So obviously it's not a hard run. So we have all these cables here. Okay, now we're going to get the device. Now, with the device, for Audi, 2 and 5 are up. The rest are down. Number 6 does the what settings? Oh, the Bluetooth settings. So if you have a factory Bluetooth, 6 stays down, because 6 down means it'll do A2DP, which is wireless Bluetooth music, but it won't do telephone, so it won't try to communicate. All right. If you don't have a factory Bluetooth, and you put 6 up, and it'll communicate with the car. Now, if you put 6 up and you're having issues, try it with 6 down. A lot of you guys have Bluetooth in the car and don't know it. Happens all the time over here. People come like they want to add a Bluetooth. I go into the car and they have it set. So now for the box. Over here, USB plugs into the bottom one. That's just an extension for the USB over there. This right here goes over here. Okay, this is the one with the tag. This is usually the one that with the USB. And then this is the iPod cable, goes in the far right. This is the microphone. If you're using the Bluetooth one, the Bluetooth one has a microphone. But if you have factory Bluetooth, you can leave this blank. Now, if you have the one that's non-Bluetooth, we actually have those in stock too. It doesn't do Bluetooth, but it still has the hole. Okay. Now on the other side, we're gonna do the fiber optic. Oops. All right. So the other side fiber optic just plugs right in. All right, and then we're gonna do the power. Last but not least. Okay. Now let me go get a little bit of tape because I always tape these down because you don't want them switching on you after you put it back in. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So pretty much all I'm doing right now is blocking off these numbers, making sure these little switches, making sure no one hits them. Just a little piece of duct tape. I use duct tape even though it's overkill, only because it's thicker. All right. Now these two have locking tabs, so don't worry about them. These three do not have locking tabs. So what I like to do, just so you don't have any accidents of someone pulling too hard, you know, just wrap it with electrical tape. You can use a zip tie if you want. I just always use electrical tape. All right. As far as this is concerned, like I said, you could have cut this if you wanted it. Let's go a little more slack. If you wanted to, you could have cut this. All right. I'm just gonna CD changer there, a little over here. This should be enough for what I needed to do. And once again, like I said, this is something. Cool. Just goes right here. All right, so now this is all done. All the connections are done. Now all you're gonna do, behind this climate control, there's a heating duct. It fits nicely right wedged in there. Okay, a little bit towards the right. All right. Now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna plug back in the CD changer. All right, so I'm gonna grab it out of the back seat. Also, I forgot to mention it, but before you pull out the CD changer, take all the CDs out, because let's say you have it out and you drop it, the CDs will get stuck. You don't want to do that. I'm not saying that's what I did, but I'm telling you to do that. All right, so now we're gonna drop this into here. All right, don't push it all the way in. Two things, make sure this thing over here isn't set to bypass, it's set to active. All right, now you see how the blue light went live, went solid. That means everything's good with communication. Turn it on to make sure. All right, audio CD. Sometimes the CD changes 1 through 6, sometimes it's 7 through 12, and then the Dension is 7 through 12 on this one. Depends on what software version. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's show you that one. It's a good idea to aim it at the screen when we tell you to do that, right? Sorry, guys. It's a busy Saturday. So, all right, pretty much. So if you look at it now, like I said, CD 1 through 6 is your CD changer. 7 through 12 is the Dension. Dension will say gateway AUX. The main difference between these two. Not the main difference. Sometimes the changers 1 through 6. Sometimes they flip flop. It really depends on what software is on your car, and that, you know, that's at the dealership. Now this device, it doesn't matter what software is in your car, because that's a lot of questions people ask. Because the factory one, you have to have a certain software. As long as you have an MI2, you're fine. All right, so let me run inside and let me put the car back together, and then I'll show you a quick demo.